Here we have a cigar in Teleplay. So let's let it spin some more to show the full effect. So here I was trying to go for kind of like a, I know when people smoke cigars, they do it to relax, to chill out. And I tried to make a relaxing nature scene with this one. And here's what I have. So let me show you what I'm doing. First things first, I hung the green blanket on the wall like this. I have two 100-watt LEDs, daylight LEDs lighting the green blanket, and then I have 3 60-watt daylight LEDs lighting the actual cigar. Let me turn this back on. And I think you can get away with not having all of these 3 lights. For example, let's see what happens when I turn off one of them. Yeah, it still looks fine. Probably even better because it matches the background some more. So, what if we turn off 2? What if we turn off 2 of the 3 lights? So, okay, now we only have 1 light. And I actually really like it. So, when you have 3 lights lighting your product, you can play around with it. I kind of like starting my scenes out with all 3 lights and then maybe subtracting lights because it's much easier to turn off a light than it is to add a light which doesn't exist. Okay, so now for the actual stuff that's in the app, what I did for this background is I went to pixels.com and I literally just searched for cabin. I like using pixels.com because it has I think 1 million photos and videos which are royalty free. You don't have to worry about copyright or anything. So I searched for cabin, did vertical, then downloaded one of these babies. Then I used the blur photo app right there to blur the photo. So that way, when I put that picture in the app, it looks like there's a nice bokeh effect. So see, here is the original photo from pixels.com. As you can see, too much information in the background. And here's the blurred out picture. Makes it look a lot more professional looking, I think. And now for the foreground, what I did is I did nature foreground. So if you search for nature foreground right here, you'll get the same foreground effect that I used. And that's it. And finally, I added the green spill feature. So make sure that the spill suppression is enabled. I did green spill, and then you can play around with this right here. See, it looks too weird, but if it's right there, it looks perfect. And see, this is with the spill suppression and without. Notice how that weird green halo. So without the spill suppression and with the spill suppression. So huge difference. And I love this new feature. And you can play around with the foreground some more. Maybe you want, if you search for smoke, that may work better than the nature foreground I have. So if you search for smoke, scroll all the way down, again, there's a lot of smoke effects. But some of my favorite ones are the newest ones, which are at the bottom of when you search for smoke. So let's do smoke rise up 2. Let's let it do its magic some more. Okay, that can work. So I need to, hold on. Okay. Because I turned off all of the lights, it kind of messed up the green calibration in the back, but that's okay. Could just move the camera around some more. Okay. So see, notice how there's like some kind of dark spots from the, see right there. I just need to adjust the camera because see, there's a dark shadow from that line there. So I can just adjust the angle of this, so that's not an issue. What else can you use as a foreground? Just, you know, you can play around with more of the smoke effects. That can work. Maybe that's too much smoke. It's almost like there's a fire going on. Smoke from below 4. Maybe this one can work. Maybe you can play around with some animals. All right, let's do plants and flowers. What if you do something like this, for like a branch just hanging there? Kind of looks, I kind of like that, like very nice and natural looking. Maybe this. Maybe that can work. Maybe you can play with some animals. Let's see. Maybe some monarch butterflies 4. Okay, that can kind of work. What if we do some butterflies, resize it? Just a very nice, that looks cool too. I don't mind that. What if we do a pigeon, a bird perch? That can work. Let's see. Okay, this can kind of work. It's like though you probably do not want to smoke at the pigeon or at the bird. What about an eagle? So it's all, you know, what foreground you choose. What I usually do is I select the background and let that decide what type of foreground I'm using. And that's how I do it. Sometimes people are like, you know, what background do I use for this product? Well, there's really no specific background. Literally anything can work. It's just a matter of experimenting, I've found. And sorry if I sound tired. I just got back from a 3-day trip in New York where I was like walking 10 miles a day. It was a business trip. Okay, that can kind of work. Okay, guys, have fun with this, and I'm here if you have any questions.